Hi everybody, I'm Clara and this is Heavenly Declarations. So welcome to the new subscribers who have joined the channel. So welcome, thank you very much. Thank you to all the views. It's really nice to see people are joining in. I'm really impressed. So it's, what time is it? It's just gone 10:30. I got home from work a little while ago. I fed the dog, fed the cats, had a cup of tea. And I'm willing myself to do this reading. So I've kind of come quite low in energy right now, but I really want to, get a reading out there for you and start doing more regular readings again, okay? So anyway, I've shuffled the cards and I've sent a pile of them for some good energy. And yeah, so this evening we're doing a general read about either your past or present person, see what's going on in the collective and see what you may need to know. And we'll be using the eternal messages. We'll see what the situation might be, get some true emotional cards, put some tarot on that, then get a angel love card, possibly a sign of the times card, and then an affirmation for the end. So we'll start with a prayer. There's Harry. We'll start off with a prayer and what your person, be it male or female, would like to say to you. Heavenly Father, archangels and spirit guides, enter this reading with your bright, loving, protective light. Allow me to receive only the clearest and accurate messages for the highest good of whom I read. May I call upon Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, and Archangel Raphael to call upon witness and protect and heal any energies that may need protecting and healing. Amen. So I've seen twice now, I know you're my twin flame. I'm feeling the consequences of my actions. They're the ones that really stuck out to me. And this person feels that you've really influenced them in ways that nobody else has. Okay, so I'm hearing leveled up. So you may have helped this person level up somewhat or view things differently. Change. You've changed their mindset somehow. Okay, in the way they do things. All right, and you really have been by my side. I see that, and I do cherish you for that. So they're starting to look at you in a different light. This is what I'm getting, okay? And I'm hearing wheat from chaff. So they may be putting you kind of like on a benchmark. So they're now looking at everybody around them in light to how you are, okay? So they're kind of realizing that maybe actually certain people might not be as authentic as you, as honest, as solid, loyal, okay? So I think they're again, opening their eyes up to your trustworthiness, your unique and authentic personality. But we shall see what this person would like to say, okay? Yahweh Yeshua, what this person would like to say. It feels like something is missing without you around. So I'm hearing you could have moved areas. You're not entirely with this person, okay? There's been some kind of disconnect, some kind of separation. And since you have kind of maybe removed yourself, distanced yourself, they're feeling the absence quite greatly, okay? And I know you're my twin flame, and now it's saying I've been expanding my spiritual knowledge. So this person is they're gone within, And they're also, I'm hearing sourcing different ideas, different spiritual beliefs, okay, to do with connections, all right, and because they miss you. So they're trying to figure out why they miss you so much, okay, and they're starting to realize that you guys have a spiritual connection, okay. What else is this person? So they miss you, okay. They're starting to realize that it's more than just, a physical connection that you have, okay, because you're not around, right? I'm not hiding the connection for the wrong reasons. So you may have, broke off, gone your separate ways. I don't think you see this person as much, and they may have hid you, okay? And I'm getting this because you were different, right? You're not their usual kind of person, all right? Be it male or female, okay? They want to dedicate a song to you. Now, they could be somebody that creates music. They don't have to be. They could, I'm not saying they're like in the public eye. They may be, they may not be. But this person may be very artistic and creates their own music just for their own, purpose. And they want to create maybe one of their songs for you, or like a poem or something like that, okay? Because they're trying to work through their emotions, okay? So and there's a song, or even a song that you guys used to listen together that they really feel is fitting for how they feel about you. So you may get like a song sent to you, like a link or something, okay, via this person. But music is important to this person in some manner, okay? I can tell you don't trust me. I want to change that. So they've broken your trust in some manner, okay? It could be because they hid you. It could be that they had stuff going on that they never explained to you about, okay? So there was something, they could have lied to you about something, okay? And you definitely found out because you have put your boundaries up with this person. I've looked into tarot readings. So I'm hearing they weren't into tarot. Okay, they probably heard of it, okay, but they weren't into it, and now they're having a look because, as I said, they're trying to expand their spiritual knowledge. So something has hit home with a tarot read for this person, okay? They may have found out, a reading may have suggested that you guys are deeply spiritually connected, okay? Yeah, and they want to dedicate a song to you, all right? You're definitely deeply in their, their mind and their heart, okay? Let's see what the situation may be. So, you may have wanted some form of commitment with this person, okay? And I'm getting 3 messages with this. You could have wanted commitment, okay, and they are very clear on this, okay, and they may have hid your connection because of that, right? I'm also getting they could probably hid your connection because you may have found out that they were in a marriage or was in a stronger connection behind the scenes, okay? So maybe they already had somebody in their life that they hid, okay, because they did hide you, okay? And it could also be that this person is now having the revelation and the clarity that they would like to come, and because they know that you have a spiritual connection and you've changed them, they may want to come and propose to you or commit to you further, okay? So that may come as a bit of a shock to you, I'm getting, okay, that this person now may want to commit. I think you probably backed away or they hid you because there was somebody else in the mix, okay? Another woman or another man, okay, but there was definitely somebody behind the scenes that they were probably connected to, okay? That comes out an awful lot, all right? But let's see what the situation may be. Yeah, I think there is definitely unconditional love here, okay? You gave them your unconditional love, and again, I think they hid that, okay, because you're both behind this big kind of heart balloon, all right? So I'm getting they hid you because they were in some kind of bond elsewhere, okay? But I'm getting, okay, they've been really struck, okay, by this Cupid's arrow edge energy, and they, struck by love, and they want to surprise you, okay? They want you to have faith in them again, okay? Because they're starting to realize that, you know, you have a spiritual connection, right? So, yeah, they want to meet up because they see that you're leveling up here, okay? There was a sudden change in your relationship, and you decided to make healthier choices. But we're not going to say them because they just all flat out at once. Just karmic relationship. So I'm getting they have a tie elsewhere, okay, and they could have hid you for that reason. All right. So I'm getting that you were the third party, although you probably didn't realize that because they hit someone, okay? Now, whomever they are with, okay, they have a lot of ups and downs with whomever they are with behind the scenes, okay? Now, that's their main partner. So, and they hid you, who they felt a lot of unconditional love with, okay? So you have this unconditional love, okay, and they hid you, okay, and they hurt you, all right? But they feel like they feel empty without you, but they're in this karmic tie, okay? They're in a karmic relationship, which is very tumultuous. They have a lot of intense up and down moments with whomever they're bonded to, okay? Possibly through marriage or engagement or living with, okay? And I do think you became clear on that, and that's why, you know, you had to distance yourself. And they're now seeing the difference, all right? This came out the other day, okay? So the energy really hasn't changed very much. I'm getting, you know, they really sabotaged your connection because of, you know, a relationship behind the scenes, okay? But they do want to come in and work on your relationship, all right? They definitely made you feel like you weren't enough. And the reason they did this is because they were with someone else. They couldn't give you a full connection, and they couldn't give you a commitment that, you know, you deserved and desired, okay? And they're becoming very clear, having lots of revelations in their life that, you know, you're real, you're authentic, okay? And they hid you and it hurt you, okay? And they're realizing how much they miss you. They're realizing that you have a very strong bond, okay? And they're realizing that they hid an unconditional love to continue with their their main relationship, which is tumultuous. They have a lot of arguments, emotional ups and downs with that person. And I'm getting they brought that and it bled into your relationship. So you may have ended up feeling like it was a karmic relationship for you whilst you was with this person, because they, you know, they made you feel like you weren't enough, okay? And then you kind of like get this like love call. And I'm getting it's because they needed, you know, I'm hearing like feel good factor. So anytime they're going through some kind of problem, they would run to you, okay? Which made you feel like you weren't good enough, all right? Let's see, we'll get a couple of these. We'll just get two of these. What else do we need to know? So you may have felt like a little bit used by this person, okay? So they hid you, didn't give you what you wanted, okay? And would come and go, okay, to kind of like take your good energy, you know, you may have felt like you was their kind of like comfort blanket in some kind of sense, okay? Spell and love. Okay, so I'm I'm getting whomever they're with, all right, behind the scenes, that is their main relationship, okay? Because don't forget they hid you. I'm getting there's manipulation there in some sense, okay? And they feel very bound to that because of some, you know, they could have been with that person for some time, you know, it's very karmic, it's up and down, it's, you know, a lot of intense, fleeting emotions, okay? So they feel very spellbound to that person, okay? And also GPS is coming out, so this person may, you know, watch you from a distance, they may try to track where you are, they try to check up on you somehow, okay? And you know, you when you realize that you've been hid, okay, and you realize there was something else behind the scenes, okay, you decided to close the cycle, all right? Yeah, I think it came as a bit of a shock to you, okay, that, you know, this person was possibly living or married to or engaged to, have some kind of solid relationship with someone else, okay? And, you know, I'm also getting, they made you feel like you're a bit of a clown, okay? Because you didn't see the red flags. But this person is now feeling like a clown because they miss you, all right? And they're trying to close cycles out as well. So let's see what might be going on. Yeah, you had to move forward with the death energy, okay? You had to transform. You had to take a new beginning for yourself, because as much as hard work you put in, you could have known this person for 7 months, 7 years, you weren't really receiving anything here, okay? All your hard work, it just wasn't really paying off for you. So you distance yourself for sure. You may still talk to this person from time to time, but you definitely distance yourself. Yeah, you just felt defeated. I'm getting you felt like whatever investment you made, it just wasn't ever good enough, okay? So things came to an end because you felt like they backstabbed you, okay? They hid you. And, you know, you felt like you were betrayed, all right? Like led down the garden path somewhat. So, why do they miss you so much? Why does this person miss you so much? They definitely miss you. They miss you because they have like taken a step back, okay, and through taking a step back with this Four of Swords energy, all right, they're they're contemplating moments, okay. They realize that you help them recover, okay, recover through a lot of, you know, ups and downs in their life, okay. I'm getting they persevere a lot of issues, okay, behind the scenes, okay, and they miss you because when they come together with you, when they feel like, you know, they're on their last legs of, you know, having to remain controlled and to, you know, persevere through their problems, that they could come to you and have peace and rest, okay. I think you've helped them. You help them relax. You have this energy that helps them bring peace and recovery into their world, okay? Because they have to maintain a lot of ups and downs in their life, okay? So there's people that they have to kind of like stand their ground with, okay? And they also miss you because you had to change direction here, okay? For your own peace as well. For your own peace of mind, okay? You had to retreat. You had to stand your ground as well, okay? But I'm getting you really did help this person. So when they came to you, like I said, you're like a comfort blanket. They could rest with you. They could take a deep breath, okay? All right? And they feel like they're having revelations with the judgment energy, like they're hearing the call, that, you know, they're becoming very clear that they miss you and that you were part of their life purpose, okay? And they're now trying to make some kind of decision, all right? Why did they hide you? Now, I think it's because they had this karmic relationship behind the scenes. There may have also been people with 7 of Wands that didn't really want them to come towards you, okay? Why did they hide you? Because of a Queen of Cups in reverse. Okay, so there was somebody, okay, this, whoever they're in a karmic relationship with, okay, now we have the Tower as well. They hid you because it was going to cause chaos with this Queen of Cups in reverse. Okay, now the Queen of Cups in reverse is either Cancer, Pisces or Scorpio. It doesn't have to be, but this person is somebody very emotionally manipulative. Okay, and this is why we have love spell here as well. So whomever they're with, okay, in a long-term relationship, behind the scenes that you didn't know about, okay, so they did a lot of hiding. And this person is emotionally manipulative. They're very needy, okay, they are emotionally unstable, okay, and your person who you walked away from, okay, is having a lot of chaos with this person. Okay, they're having tower moment after tower moment. As I said, arguments. Okay, they could be having arguments in the home. It's very chaotic. Okay, there's a lot of upheaval. Okay, and you know that's why they hid you. And again, this person is really they went within. Okay, they're soul searching. They're researching spiritual connections, okay, because now they're very bored with not accepting your offer. They feel very unfulfilled, okay, they're very bored, okay, and they may have made you feel like that at one point, okay, but they hid you because this karmic relationship, which is very tumultuous, very intense, very chaotic, okay, and it's falling apart. Okay, and I think it bled into your connection, and that's another reason why they tried to hide you, because they did not want this. It says fragile and needy, okay, and smothering. So whomever they're with is very emotionally manipulative with this person. Doesn't have to use magic, all right, but just very manipulative emotionally. This person may also really like keep a tab on whom you separated from, okay. Why don't you trust this person? Now, I think it's because you found out the truth. They lied. So they're doing a lot of lying, okay? Right? Why don't you trust them? Why don't you trust them? You don't trust them because you felt like the love offer, okay, which is an ace, okay? So it's a very, you know, divine love, okay? Could have been quite a new relationship for you, or something that you really wished for when it happened. Now, as I said, it could have been 7 years, 7 months. So when it first came about, okay, you felt like rejuvenated. You felt like you found your like true love. I'm getting here, okay, and there was a lot of emotion. It was, you know, it was refreshing for you. I'm getting. And you can't trust them because you felt like they were offering an authentic love here, okay, all right, and I'm getting it really broke your heart, okay, yeah, this King of Cups. So this King of Cups has 2 cups, one bigger than the other, so I'm getting they were with this karmic person, this Queen of Cups in reverse before you, okay, and he was kind of controlling the narrative to a degree, okay, because he did not come clean, okay, because of, you know, choices and having a history with someone else, I'm getting, all right, but he did show a lot of compassion, okay, he may have been, you know, generous with his emotions while he was with you, but it was very fleeting, okay, in and out, okay, and you felt like this person had in some ways emotionally manipulated you, all right? So he's definitely with someone else because there's a pair here, okay? And we did see marriage. So I'm getting he hid you because he was, you know, partnered with this Queen of Cups in reverse, okay? And he may have ran to you for this peace and restoration, right? Because he's having to always kind of like remain controlled, okay? Possibly against this Queen of Cups who is manipulating him in some manner. And this person misses you because you had to walk away. Why are they looking into tarot? Now, it could be this Queen of Cups. It could be them. Who's looking into tarot and why? Who's looking into tarot and why? Well, somebody would like to tell you the truth about something. Secrets are going to start coming out, okay? So I do think this person wants to reveal some truths to you. They want to bring truth and clarity to you now. They want to rebuild, okay? Because the Four of Swords is about restoration as well. So this person has been deeply thinking about coming to you to restore your connection, okay? Well, they've looked into tarot readings on ways to come forward to you, okay, with this Knight of Pentacles, okay? This person knows you're dependable. They know you're a hard worker. They know you're reliable, okay? The Knight of Pentacles is a very slow mover, but this person's been thinking on things, okay, with this Four of Swords, okay? And they realise that they're going to need to come towards you, okay, in this dependable manner, okay, because you don't trust them. Okay, you don't trust this love offer anymore, okay, because there was manipulation, okay, because of somebody else, all right? They hid you, it hurt you, okay? Yeah, they were sneaky, they were building with someone else here, okay? And you figured that out. So this person has been looking into spiritual connections, love connections, ways on how to bring a practical offer to you, okay? They want to bring something practical to you now. They want to show you that they can be dependable, but it's going to move very slowly because they are in a relationship elsewhere still, okay? Which they're going through hard times with, okay? So it's about this unconditional love. So they do feel like they can have, they confuse you, okay? They hid you. There was a lot of smoke screen, okay? There was a lot of fantasy, okay? They could have played the role of being somebody very practical, okay? It could have been a Taurus, Virgo, a Capricorn, but you saw them as somebody very dependable, very loyal, very practical, okay? But, they smoke screened you and hid you here, okay? And although there was a lot of reciprocation in this love, okay, says, you had a lot of affection for one another. There was a lot of fairness, a lot of giving and receiving. This is why they're showing themselves as the King of Pentacles, okay, who is fair, practical, honest, loyal, right, generous, a wise investor, somebody who's very secure. It was an illusion because they had other choices, okay? They had other choices in love and family and possibly children, okay, that they didn't show you, okay? So they made you feel like you were like a fantasy, okay? Like it wasn't real, okay? They smoke screened everything. And you figured out that there was other people and things in their life that took over emotionally, okay? And as you can see, like, there's a cloth, and I'm getting that to you. They hid you, okay? Somebody that they really now realise that they care about, okay? You now feel like the love that you gave was just an option for them, all right? You may have felt like you were the karmic in their life, okay? And tell us about this up and down. Things could have been intense for you, okay? Because I'm getting like They were in and out, okay? You know, slow to move. And it's because they were hiding. They were hiding another relationship. Tell us about this intense karmic relationship, which I'm getting is with this Queen of Cups in reverse. They may have made you feel a little bit needy at times, okay? But I'm getting you took a stand and walked away, all right? Yeah, there's a lot of, with the Magician, they had all the resources with this person, okay? So they'd already been set up, okay, with this person, I'm getting, all right? So there was, you know, they had the money together, the emotional history together, you know, they had made plans with this person, okay? They had common goals with the sword energy as well, okay? So they created something with this karmic relationship already that you didn't know about, okay? But they're realizing that although they had created all of this and, you know, had laid a foundation, okay, on this table with this person, okay, there was manipulation there, all right? It triggered them. It was intense, okay? And they may want to now move away from that, okay? They may want to try and balance their life out, okay? But it was already set up, I'm getting, okay? They had all the resources, okay? They had already manifested and created a karmic relationship that you possibly didn't know about with the Magician energy. So they had everything kind of set up with this person, okay? So you may felt like they're a manipulator, okay? Because you may now see them as somebody that's karmic and a manipulator, all right? And you may have moved on. But I'm getting they want to come towards you, okay? Because they're realizing that although they had set, you know, a scene, a scenario, a life up with someone else, they're with somebody that is emotionally manipulative and needy, okay? And this person finds it really difficult, okay? They need rest in their life, I'm getting, okay? Why do they want to work on things? Okay, so I'm getting they could have they go in and out with this Queen of Cups, but they definitely want to come and work on things with you. I'm just concerned that they may, they want a new beginning, okay? They want to start afresh. They want some innocence in their life. They want to let go of things, all right? So they could be using this Magician energy to lay things on the table, okay? Like sort out this karmic energy, okay? They may be splitting resources or trying to figure out how they can move on, okay? Because they want to rebuild, okay? They want to repair what is lost with you, okay? Yeah, because they caused a lot of problems. They're having a lot of drama. They're having a lot of problems. There's been manipulation. There's been lies, okay? And they left you out, okay? And now they're feeling at a loss. They could be having financial losses. They may need to leave their home, okay? It's causing them ill health in some manner because they feel that they can rest with you, okay? Yeah, they were giving and receiving, okay? So they may be trying to sort out finances, money, homes, emotional ties with this Magician energy, okay? But they definitely want to spring into a new beginning, okay? Because there has been a lot of upheaval, okay, with the Moon energy. What they've become clear about. So they want to offer a new beginning. They've become clear that, yeah, there is a lot of confusion. There's a lot of arguments, okay? They're having 5 and 5. They're having a lot of regrets, okay? They're regretting, I mean, I'm hearing like, you know, a lot of blood and tears being shed, okay? There's been history, okay? So they have history with whomever they were with, okay? So a lot of emotions have gone under the bridge where they can't fix, okay? Although they were being as resourceful as they could, all right? But they're now recognizing that they want a new beginning. They want to now offer you this cup of love, okay? And they may do this very slowly, okay? Because they have to be reliable, okay? Because you don't trust them. And they're regretting the actions, okay, of having to part ways with you, okay, and now, you know, all the resources, time, energy, money, love, has kind of like fallen apart, okay, and it's because they're always having problems with whomever they're with, okay, lots of arguments, lots of up and downs, lots of emotional upheavals. There is, you know, there's a power struggle here going on, okay, all right, and they're realizing that, and it's really making them regret, okay, and they're thinking about coming to, you know, resolve things with you, okay. They'd like to bring you a gift, maybe heal the reunion, okay, because I'm getting you this Queen of Pentacles. You're very practical, all right. You're on your own, you're very earthy, you're very homely, you can look after yourself, okay, and this person just wants a new beginning, all right. Tell us about this lifestyle. So I'm hearing like they're stuck in a rock and a hard place, okay. So they hid you because they knew it would cause chaos, all right, ultimately. What's this love spell? What's this love spell? Tell us about this love spell. Tell us about this love spell. Yeah, somebody was very manipulative here. So they could have been dealing with, obviously with the Queen of Cups in reverse, could have been a Cancer energy, okay? But ultimately, whomever they're with, okay, causes them problems, unforeseen problems and drama, okay? Because I'm getting whomever they're with is really anxious of being left out emotionally, doesn't want to be isolated, okay? This person is very needy, okay? So I'm getting they don't want your person to move on. So they're having arguments, there's chaos, there's upheaval. This person, you know, uses the moon energy to incite anxiety in your person, fear, illusion and drama, okay? Because ultimately they don't want to be left out, okay? They feel like they should be receiving return of investments, i.e. their money, their home, the relationship. They could have kids, okay? So this person doesn't want to lose their investment, basically, all right? So whomever they're with is causing problems for your person. What's this GPS? What's this GPS energy? Take that one that jumped out. I'm getting your person, okay, may watch you from a distance because you are ultimately a wish fulfillment, okay? You can bring them this 9 of Cups energy, okay? They can be very satisfied with you. They can kind of like sit back and relax with you, I'm getting, okay? They enjoyed your time. They know they can be abundant with you. They know they can be content, all right? They know they can level up and have good health with you, prosperity, okay? Because they are sat in regret, all right? And they are very nostalgic, okay? And they want to apologize for stabbing you in the back, okay? Because they do see a 10 of Cups with you, okay? But ultimately, I think they betrayed you because there was some history with whomever this Queen of Cups is with. So they could have family with this person. And this Queen of Cups doesn't want to lose that, okay? They're causing a little bit of chaos. But ultimately, your past person who you moved away from, or your person that you still have feelings for, watches you because they also know that you know, you're aiming for contentment in your life. You're focusing on your goals, okay? You're quite satisfied in your life right now, okay? Let's see what the sign of the times wants to tell you. So your person is having, you know, quite chaotic moments, right? I'm also getting, you know, whomever they're with may keep a close eye on your person that you're inquiring for as well, because of, you know, the life that they built together with this magician energy, clouds, distractions. So you may have felt like you had your head in the clouds, okay, when you was with this person, okay. Now it's number 11, which is a master number, is also can be seen as a twin flame number as well, 1 and 1. Okay, I think you've had to refocus, okay? You could be dealing with an air sign as well. I'm also getting this, like, you can kind of like, you look at the clouds a lot, okay, and you may like still be quite childlike and see different kind of like images in clouds, like, I don't know, dogs and bunny rabbits and things like that, okay? So you're distracting yourself with work and goals, okay, and your fulfillments, okay? I'm also getting, especially with the 7 of Cups energy, that this person, you feel like they distracted you with fantasy here, all right? Because they hid you, okay? They definitely hid you. And it was because they're having chaos behind the scenes, okay? But you, at the moment, I think you're, you know, just focusing on you and, you know, working, maybe socializing and having coffees and things like that with other people in your life, okay? You may like to sit and have a coffee in the mornings, okay, somewhere, you know, and look at clouds and things like that to distract yourself. But that's just a passing message. Let's get an angel love card. Children. Your love life is being affected by children. So this person, one of their distractions in life, okay, and why they hid you could be because they had children, all right? You could have children, okay? You may have a cat and some dogs, all right? There's a white and brown one here. You could have a dachshund like myself, because there's definitely a dachshund there. I never noticed that before. Okay, you may be focusing on children that you have as well to distract yourself from what has gone on here, okay? But definitely children are a importance here, okay? You may have known this person as a child also, okay? Or again, as I said, they hid like a family from you with children, all right? Let's see. Let's get a affirmation card to end the reading. If I can. That's an empty one. The white ones are empty for me to... I'm going to pull that one out. There's so many. Physical health, body image. My home is a clean, warm and happy place that supports my well-being. So you could be focusing a lot of time at home, okay, and just chilling out and relaxing, okay. You could be decorating, or you might just spend a lot of time like cleaning your home because you like a nice clean environment, all right. But you feel like it's your sanctuary, okay. And this is another reason why I think this 4 of Swords has come up, because you know, you've taken time out to really rest and chill and relax, okay. But I'm also getting your home's not just about your home, it's also your vessel. So, you know, you may be, you know, detoxing, you know, cleansing your vessel, maybe getting into exercise or eating different foods, okay? But you're definitely somebody that enjoys home and you enjoy being in a clean and tidy environment, okay? So I hope that helped. If it did, please like, subscribe, share and comment. Bye.